and welcome to The Trade. Before we get into the charts, let's have a quick look at what is out there internationally. And of course, a lot happening with President Trump saying that 25% tariffs on goods from Mexico and Canada, I think he said, and China rather, will take effect, stoking fears of a trade war in North America and sending financial markets reeling. We saw US manufacturing steady in February, but a measure of prices at the factory gate jumping to nearly a 3-year high and taking longer for materials to be delivered. Bitcoin backpedaling after an early rise following President Trump's weekend proposal for a national strategic reserve of cryptocurrencies. We've also got OPEC Plus to proceed with a planned April oil output hike, putting a lot of pressure on oil prices, which are now at their lowest level this year, but gold prices rebounded on a weaker dollar and some tariff concerns. All right, let's get into all the charts now and join Jonathan Tacadena from MPC Markets. Good to see you as always, Jonathan, on looks like a bit of a dreary day where you are. The sun is actually out and we're not that far down the road from you. But anyway, we won't talk about the weather. Let's talk about some of these gold miners. What are you seeing with Gorilla?
So Gorilla Gold Mines. So I talked about this stock last week on the trade, and basically when I did talk about it, they had a nice hit at Comet Vale. And lo and behold, so as soon as I think finished on that call, they came up with some more great hits, and it's jumped up to about 35 cents today. So another great explorer. It's one of those explorers that working on older mines that were producing and just basically applying new technology to extract more value out of it for shareholders. So, and the thing is, it's not, they're not using AI or anything brand new. All they're doing is just doing a lot more drilling and a lot more scoping within existing mine bodies. So they found two good hits there, and it's trading around 188 million market cap. And I think if these good hits continue, I think this can certainly head higher, all the way maybe up to about the 500 million market cap. And they've got two other prospects as well.
So in terms of, what we're seeing with the precious metal, and I do want to correct myself because President Trump was talking there about the tariffs coming into effect on Canada and Mexico, but doubling the China tariffs. We are continuing to see a lot of money pile into gold. So what is the overall profit margin that you're seeing for some of these miners?
Oh, well, that chart that I'll show up there. So the reason why I want to show this chart is that basically we've had a really, really good run on spot gold. But the thing is, the miners haven't caught up, so to speak. So you can see that massive gap there from basically spot price at 2,900 and what that 1,450, that's the ASIC of the top 50 miners around the world. So you can just see that gap is just huge at the moment. So the way I see it is that if gold does pause here, so it's probably going to hit that $3,000 level, and then it'll decide which way it goes from there. But I think let's just say it stabilizes here or even pulls back 10% down to 2,700. There's still a lot of profit margin there for all these miners out there. So I think we're into hopefully you've listened to me for a while. Obviously, I'm the self-proclaimed Ausbiz gold bug. Spot has been a great trade. I think what we need to concentrate now is on the mining space, because I think it plays catch up. And if gold were to just even pause or just hold around this level, there's still plenty of profit margin there for these miners.
All right, so let's go back into some of the stocks that you like. We touched on Gorilla Gold. Catalyst is another one you've spoken about before. What are the technicals showing you here now?
Yeah, so Catalyst made a new high yesterday, and I recommended it as a buy. It's pulled back a little bit here today, but the great thing about Catalyst is that it's actually what I call a free call option. So they're going to use their current cash flows to actually fund exploration. And the thing is, this actual prospect that they have called Plutonic, it was held by Barrick Gold, and it basically hasn't been drilled out since the 2000s. So there's plenty of upside here. And what they're doing is all the cash flows that they're currently generating, putting it into the drill bit for some more upside. So it's currently trading around the 988 million market cap. And they're looking to produce about 85,000 ounces of gold at the moment. If that goes up to about, say, 200 ounces a year, which is kind of in their plans, this thing could easily be a $2 billion company, which is kind of the current sort of level for companies that are producing 200,000 ounces per year. So plenty of upside in Catalyst. And as I said, because they're producing and actually reinvesting that money into the drill bit, I call it as a free call option. So let's just say they don't find anything more, I think that just with the gold prices here, you should the losses be quite reasonable to hold on to.
And just quickly, Jonathan, now the reporting season is over and potentially taking your gold bug hat off, more broadly, what sort of, report card would you give the overall season?
I would say it's mixed. So we've had some really really good surprises to the upside. So obviously, what I found is that if you were a market darling heading into the reporting season, you tend to be you're still the cool kid in the club, and the market has rewarded you. But just in a few sort of sectors like in the data centers and other thematics, you've seen a bit of heat being taken off. So as I said, mixed results overall. But generally, I think the corporates have shown that despite the rising cost of living and all these pressures, it seems like the economy is still ticking along. So yeah, I understand that the RBA might have some political pressures, and that's why they did cut. But it seems that the corporates balance sheets are still quite healthy.
Yeah, indeed. And we just had the minute suggesting that, we might be at this level for some time. Jonathan, thanks as always. Jonathan Tacadena from MPC Markets. That does it for this edition of The Trade. Be sure to join us next time.